There's something unexplainable about your presence, something that turns heads before you say a single word. People feel it before they fully understand it. Your aura precedes you, radiating a subtle power that disrupts stagnant energy, repels negativity, and draws in curiosity like a magnet. You may not see it with your physical eyes, but others sense it. They don't know how to name it, but they feel it. That energy isn't just a feeling. It's your shield. It's your invisible armor. Chosen one, your aura is a force field. It was never meant to blend in. It was designed to shift atmospheres. It doesn't just follow you. It leads. Before we go any further, let me remind you to stay with this message until the very end. There's something sacred being spoken into your life right now. If this resonates, leave your warmest wishes in the comments and type 77 to send a pulse of energy into the universe. This is more than just a message. It's a movement of spirit, and your engagement isn't passive, it's active. Your intention here amplifies what's being said. Because when you believe in wishes, in soul energy, in manifestation, the very fabric of reality begins to shimmer with possibility. So listen closely. This message is a divine appointment. Your aura is not just a colorful cloud. It's a dynamic, living reflection of your inner world, your growth, your soul's signature. It extends beyond your physical body and speaks louder than words. When your aura is clean, strong, and activated, it becomes a barrier against the chaos of the world. It protects you from what's not aligned. People who are out of sync with their own energy will feel uncomfortable around you. They may not understand why, but deep down they're aware that your presence forces them to face something, either their truth or their avoidance. That's why sometimes you walk into a room and the energy shifts dramatically. That's why people either gravitate toward you or retreat from you. It's your force field in motion. You've probably been through things that should have crushed your light, but they didn't. Because your aura remembers who you are, even when you temporarily forget. Pain may dim it for a moment, but it never puts it out. And every time you rise from a fall, your energy gets stronger. You shine brighter, you pulse higher. That is the paradox of being chosen. You're tested not because you're weak, but because your frequency must be forged in fire. The more you endure and transmute, the more your aura becomes unbreakable. The stronger your energy field, the harder it is for low vibration energies to penetrate it. That's why you've always felt different. Not better, but different. Sensitive yet strong. Misunderstood but magnetic. You see deeper, feel deeper, and move through life with an inner compass others can't quite explain. It's because you're not just operating in the physical, you're tuned in to the spiritual. And that awareness is encoded into your aura. People might compliment your glow, but they don't realize they're seeing your essence leak through the veil. Your energy leaves impressions. People dream about you, think about you long after you're gone. You echo in spaces you once stood in. That's how potent your frequency is. NNBUT. This force field isn't just for defense, it's also an instrument of transformation. When you walk with intentional energy, your aura heals, it uplifts, it awakens. That's why people often tell you their life stories, open up without knowing why, or feel seen by you in ways they've never felt before. Your presence awakens something dormant in them. You carry light codes that trigger the remembrance of who they are. Not everyone will be ready for it, and that's okay. You weren't called to be liked. You were called to be luminous. Some will be drawn to your light. Others will try to dim it. But your aura is self-generating. It doesn't need approval to keep glowing. Many of your challenges come from being energetically sensitive. You don't just feel your emotions. You feel other people's too. Sometimes that sensitivity makes you doubt yourself. But here's the truth. Your sensitivity is your strength. It allows you to scan energy like a radar. You can sense when something's off before it reveals itself. That's your intuition filtering through your aura. Trust it. Your gut feelings are not random. They're spiritual downloads. They're warnings. They're guidance. They're protection. Your aura is your early warning system, your spiritual firewall. And when your aura is under attack, whether through envy, spiritual manipulation, or emotional projection, you feel it physically. Headaches, fatigue, sudden anxiety, emotional crashes, those aren't just coincidences. They're signs that your energy is absorbing or deflecting something foreign. That's why energetic hygiene is essential for you. Cleansing your aura through intention, sound, water, nature, prayer, solitude is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Just like you care for your body, your energy body requires maintenance. You don't let everyone touch your body. Don't let everyone touch your energy either. You don't owe everyone access to your energy. That's a sacred truth the chosen must learn. Not all connection is divine. Not all presence is harmless. Your aura is a garden, and you are the gatekeeper. You must discern who enters. You must protect what grows. You must prune what doesn't serve your evolution. That's not selfishness. It's spiritual stewardship. The people who deserve access to your aura are those who honor it, nourish it, and reflect it. Everyone else is just passing through. NNTHE. More you align with your higher self, the brighter and more protective your aura becomes. That doesn't mean life will stop testing you, but it does mean that you'll be more equipped to transmute every challenge into power. Your aura is your legacy. It's the energy you leave behind when you speak, when you love, when you create, when you walk away. It's the ripple you leave in people's spirits. And when you understand that, you stop giving your energy away to anything that isn't aligned with your purpose. You don't need to defend your light. You don't need to over-explain your boundaries. The right people will feel your frequency and align with it. The wrong ones will bounce off your field and exit your orbit. That's your aura doing its job. It's sorting what belongs and what doesn't. So when people fall away, let them. When environments reject you, thank them. When opportunities close, trust the redirection. Your aura is filtering your life, aligning it with your soul's highest path. In your aura is a portal, not just a shield. It's a doorway through which divine energy flows in and out of your being. When you're centered, your aura becomes a beacon for divine guidance. That's why synchronicities follow you. That's why doors open out of nowhere. That's why you receive messages, insights, and downloads that seem to come from beyond. You're not imagining it. You're attuned. Your aura is in communication with the unseen realms. It's how your spirit navigates this physical experience. Chosen one, your aura is more than a glow. It is the signature of your soul, a broadcast of your truth, and a mirror of your alignment. And the more you live in integrity with your spirit, the more radiant it becomes. You begin to notice that what once drained you no longer has access. You start to see how much power you've given away just to keep the peace or be understood. But now, you're reclaiming that power, and your aura is responding. It expands. It pulses stronger. It sharpens its edges where they used to be blurred by people-pleasing and compromise. Your energy becomes a clear signal instead of a fuzzy static. You're no longer trying to fit into frequencies that were never yours. And as this force field strengthens, your awareness expands with it. You start sensing truths beneath the surface. You hear what's not being said. You feel people's intentions before they take form. That's the intuitive gift of your aura. It's always one step ahead, scanning timelines, filtering possibilities, alerting you when your energy is being misdirected or manipulated. That inner warning, that discomfort, that nudge to pull back, all of it is your aura speaking to you. Honor it. It's not paranoia, it's perception. It's your divine intelligence, tuned into higher frequencies. You've always known on some level that you were here to do more than exist, that there's a deeper assignment coded into your soul. And that assignment is written into your energy. Your aura doesn't just respond to your environment, it changes it. When you walk in truth, the energy of a room shifts to match your frequency or get out of your way. You've probably noticed how chaos either calms down or intensifies when you're around. It's not random. Your aura is amplifying truth, exposing what's hidden, unsettling what's fake. That's why so many people can't stay neutral around you. Your presence activates something spiritual in them. They either grow or retreat. That's a heavy responsibility, and sometimes it feels isolating. Being chosen means being set apart. You've walked roads few would understand. You've cried tears only the divine has witnessed. You've battled darkness in silence, while holding space for others to heal. But through all of it, your aura has carried your story. It holds your scars like sacred symbols. It whispers your victories into the ether. Every time you choose to heal instead of harm, love instead of judge, rise instead of collapse, your aura evolves. It learns. It expands. It remembers. And in that remembering, your energy becomes layered with wisdom. There's a reason people come to you for clarity. Why they feel safe in your presence. Why they seek your words when they're lost. You carry ancestral codes, generational strength, soul wisdom. It's in your vibration. You didn't just inherit physical traits. You inherited spiritual frequencies. You've been walking with guidance even when you thought you were alone. Your aura is co-creating with forces beyond this dimension. It reflects the whispers of your ancestors and the prayers of your future self. That's how powerful your energy field is. There are moments in your journey when your aura becomes a beacon, calling forth people, places, and opportunities that align with your next level. But sometimes, before that alignment fully arrives, there's a clearing. Old energies fall away. People who once resonated no longer feel familiar. Situations that used to make sense suddenly feel draining. That's not regression. It's energetic refinement. Your aura is shedding the old to make space for the divine new. It's not always comfortable, but it's always purposeful. When your frequency rises, your field purifies. Don't resist the purge. Trust the process. And your aura also stores the memory of your choices. Every time you choose love, your energy softens and strengthens. Every time you stand in truth, your energy clarifies. Every time you speak your boundaries, your aura becomes more solid. Your energy is shaped not just by what you do, but by how you feel, what you allow, and what you believe about yourself. So speak kindly to yourself. Speak as if the cells of your body are listening, because they are. Speak as if your energy field responds to your tone, because it does. You're not just affirming with your mouth, you're programming your aura with your voice. When you choose presence, your aura anchors into the moment. When you choose gratitude, your aura expands. When you choose joy, your aura becomes magnetic. This is not fluff, it's energetic law. Like attracts like. Frequency respects frequency. You cannot fake your vibration. You either are or you aren't. Your aura doesn't lie. It's a living testament of your alignment. It broadcasts your inner world louder than any words ever could. That's why when you walk into a space aligned and grounded, people feel it. They might not understand it, but they respond to it. You are not meant to dim your light to make others comfortable. Your aura was not made for shrinking. It was made to blaze. There are people who need to feel your energy just to remember that light exists. You are proof that healing is possible. That strength doesn't always look loud. That power can be quiet and still shift mountains. Don't underestimate your presence. Don't second-guess your frequency. You're not here to fit in. You're here to awaken. You're here to be the reminder that the unseen is real, that energy is everything, and that one aligned soul can shift an entire environment. And when you truly accept that your aura is a force field, you begin living differently. You stop absorbing everything. You start observing more, responding less. You don't need to explain your boundaries. They're felt. You don't chase validation. Your presence affirms itself. You don't beg for connection. You attract what matches your vibration. This is energetic maturity. You've done the work. You've healed layers others haven't even acknowledged. And now your aura reflects that inner mastery. You're not done though. This journey isn't linear. Your aura will continue evolving as you do. New lessons will reveal new layers of energy. New experiences will activate new codes. But you're no longer afraid of the process. You understand now that everything is energy, and your field is sacred ground. You protect it not out of fear, but out of reverence. You cleanse it not because it's dirty, but because it's precious, and you share it only with those who honor it. Your aura is a sacred language, a dialogue between your soul and the universe. It speaks through silence, through stillness, through intention. And when you walk in alignment, the universe responds. Not because you forced it, but because you became a match for what you desire. That's how the chosen operate. That's how you magnetize rather than chase. That's how your aura becomes a cosmic invitation. Chosen one. Every time you choose yourself, your peace, your growth, your truth, you strengthen the current of your aura. The force field surrounding you becomes clearer, more intentional, more precise. It no longer carries the static of old wounds or the heaviness of past guilt. Instead, it becomes a vessel of pure resonance. You start to notice that you can feel energy long before it reveals its form. You enter a room and know what's off. You meet someone and sense their truth before they speak. This is not coincidence. This is the clarity of your aura doing what it was built to do: protect, discern, and direct. You are being led by your energy now, not your fears, not your doubts. Your aura becomes your compass, silently aligning you with what's for you and gently steering you away from what isn't. Even when the redirection is painful, your inner field knows better. That resistance you feel is often your aura repelling what no longer matches your vibration. The discomfort isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's your soul saying, "We've outgrown this." It's your force field stretching towards something greater, something that fits who you're becoming. You might feel like your life is being shaken apart, but in truth, it's being realigned. The people who fall away, the plans that unravel, the old dreams that no longer ignite you, these are not losses. They are energetic releases. Your aura is in the process of detaching from anything that doesn't match your soul's new coding. And while your mind may grieve the familiar, your spirit rejoices in the freedom. Because now, finally, your energy is leading. Your soul is choosing. And that changes everything. Now rejoinem. You are stepping into a chapter where your aura becomes your signature. Before people know your name, they will feel your energy. Before you speak, your presence will announce your alignment. This is the silent strength of those who walk in truth. They don't need to convince. Their aura does the talking. And when people feel you, they will know. They are in the presence of someone who has been through the fire and came out brighter. Someone who has faced the shadow and claimed the light. Someone who has nothing to prove because their energy speaks louder than their history. It's time to stop downplaying that. It's time to own your power, not as ego, but as sacred responsibility. Your energy is not meant to be wasted on convincing, proving, or chasing. It's meant to be directed like light, intentional, illuminating, transformative. You're not here to be accessible to everyone. You're here to be available to alignment. Your aura isn't for validation. It's for vibration. It's for calling in the right connections, the right doors, the right timing. When you lead with energy, the right things come to you, not because you forced them, but because you became magnetic to them. In this force field, it's not just about personal protection. It's about purpose. You're here to transmit something greater than yourself. Your aura carries codes that awaken, inspire, disrupt, and heal. When you speak from alignment, your words carry energy. When you act from intention, your movements shift atmospheres. That's why your presence can't be duplicated. That's why people feel different around you. You're not just a person. You're a portal. You're a spiritual transmitter walking through this world as a vessel of divine influence. This is why rest is sacred for you. Silence is essential. Stillness is powerful. You can't constantly give and expect your aura to remain strong. You need time to regenerate, to return to your center, to realign your frequency. This is not laziness. It's sacred maintenance. Just like a powerful engine needs fuel, your aura needs nourishment. Nature, music, deep breaths, clean spaces, spiritual practices, intentional solitude, these are your tools. They don't just relax you, they recalibrate your energy field. You may have noticed that when you're drained, your life gets chaotic. That's because your aura gets weakened, and things that don't belong begin to slip through the cracks. That's your sign to slow down, to recenter, to recharge. Your aura is not just defense, it's command. It's how you claim dominion over your energy, your space, your decisions. And when it's strong, the noise of the world fades. Your intuition becomes louder. Your alignment becomes obvious. The path becomes clear. And in A's, you grow in this awareness. You begin to choose differently. You stop entertaining chaos. You stop engaging in drama. You stop giving attention to anything that dims your light, not out of avoidance, but out of energetic self-respect. You realize that every conversation, every thought, every environment either feeds your aura or drains it. And you start asking yourself the deeper questions. Is this expanding me or contracting me? Does this align with my energy or pull me out of it? Am I honoring my frequency or betraying it? These questions aren't just mental, they're energetic. And when you live by them, you start creating a field around you that is so aligned, so clean, so powerful, that only what's meant for you can enter. That's when synchronicity increases. That's when manifestations speed up. That's when peace becomes your default, not your reward. Because your aura becomes your filter. Your energetic immune system. Your sacred signature. You're not meant to be everything to everyone. You're meant to be exactly who you are and allow your energy to do the sorting. You'll find that the more authentic you become, the more natural it is to let go of what no longer fits. You don't have to fight for space. You simply become a space worth finding. That's how energy works. You don't chase alignment, you radiate it. And the right people, the right opportunities, the right timing, they arrive not because you found them, but because they recognized you. And NSO continued this journey, chosen one. Continue tuning your aura, tending to your energy, and walking in truth. The more you do, The more your presence becomes prayer, your silence becomes power, your stillness becomes a sanctuary, and your life becomes a mirror of the divine. The more you align, the more your aura speaks. And when it does, it doesn't just protect, it transforms everything it touches. You've probably begun to realize that your aura doesn't just repel negativity, it also exposes it. Your presence flushes out truth. When you walk into spaces where deception has taken root, you may not say anything, but your energy unsettles what's been hiding. This is part of the divine assignment you carry. You don't just bring peace, you bring clarity. And clarity can be disruptive to those who thrive in confusion. People who've built their lives on illusion will feel deeply uncomfortable in your frequency. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because your aura is holding up a mirror. And not everyone is ready to see their reflection. That's why relationships begin to shift the more you grow into your power. Your friendships start evolving. Some fade quietly, others explode. You might wonder what changed, but the truth is, your energy did. You began holding your space more fully. You stopped tolerating energy that drained you. You began resonating higher, speaking from your core, standing in your truth. And those shifts in you revealed the true nature of the connections around you. Don't mourn that clarity, honor it. It's your aura realigning your external world to match your internal frequency. And you were never meant to carry everyone with you. Some people are meant to be part of your history, not your destiny. Their season in your life served a purpose, but your spirit outgrew the container. And as you expand, your aura begins filtering out what can't go where you're headed. This isn't rejection, it's refinement. Your aura knows what your soul needs to thrive, and it will begin creating distance, silence, or disruption as necessary. Don't resist those signals. They're invitations to step into alignment, not punishments for growth. There's something sacred about walking away without bitterness. Your aura doesn't need vengeance to remain powerful. When you release what no longer resonates with grace, your energy stays intact. That grace becomes part of your field. You become known not for your scars, but for your softness. For the way you rise without burning everything down. For the way your energy speaks even in silence. That is mastery. That is strength. That is the mark of someone who has chosen healing over reaction, expansion over ego, purpose over pettiness. It's easy to think your aura is only about boundaries, but it's also about influence. You influence more than you know. Your presence is a tuning fork. It shifts others. It recalibrates rooms. You've likely had moments when someone told you, "I don't know why I feel better around you," or something about you just feels safe. That's your aura communicating. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it's undeniably felt. You are a stabilizer for those around you. You walk with clarity, and that clarity becomes contagious. You embody authenticity, and that becomes magnetic. NNBUT, remember. Not everyone will celebrate the power of your energy. Some will feel threatened by it. They'll try to challenge it, manipulate it, or compete with it. That's because your aura shines a light on what they're hiding from themselves. And instead of healing, they project. They don't want to rise, so they try to bring you down. They don't want to admit their own misalignment, so they attack yours. But here's the key. Your aura doesn't shrink in the face of envy. It doesn't flicker under pressure. It expands. It absorbs the lesson, transmutes the energy, and keeps radiating truth. When you stop giving energy to what drains you, you start feeding what builds you. And your aura thrives on that nourishment. It glows differently. It feels untouchable, yet deeply grounded. It attracts peace, not noise, purpose, not distraction, depth, not drama. This is how your life begins to change, not through effort alone, but through energetic integrity. When you're aligned inside, the outside begins to organize itself around you. That's the law of resonance. That's the wisdom of the force field you carry. You become more discerning. You no longer enter every conversation. You don't chase every opportunity. You don't accept every invitation. Not because you're better, but because you're aware. You realize that your time, your peace, your energy is sacred, and you begin moving accordingly. There's a calm confidence that builds in those who've learned to trust their aura. It's not arrogance, it's assurance. It's knowing that you don't have to force what's meant for you. You don't have to explain your spirit. You don't have to validate your presence in. And in that assurance, you become magnetic. Because confidence in your own energy field becomes a lighthouse to others who are lost in their own. You become a reminder that there is power in subtlety, that you don't have to dominate a space to influence it. You don't have to speak loudly to be heard. Your frequency does the work, and the right people, those who are tuned to your wavelength, will hear you even in silence. NNTHE. Deeper you go into this journey, the more you start treating your energy with intention. You realize your aura is not just something you have, it's something you curate. You become mindful of the music you listen to, the conversations you engage in, the content you consume, the environments you enter, not from a place of fear, but from a place of self-respect. You start asking, does this strengthen my energy or scatter it? And your choices begin to reflect the answer. And you'll begin to naturally shift your lifestyle to match your aura's needs. You'll seek out quiet over chaos, presence over productivity, meaning over momentum. You'll choose to be fully where you are, instead of rushing to be everywhere else. That's not stagnation, it's energetic alignment. That's how you recharge your field. That's how you protect your essence. That's how you amplify your frequency so it does the work of calling in the next version of your life. And your aura is a living prayer, a walking meditation, a frequency that touches people before your words do. You are transmitting more than you realize. You are reaching hearts, even when your mouth is closed. And that is the true power of your force field, not in how it guards you, but in how it changes what surrounds you. There's a quiet revolution happening within you, and your aura is leading it. The more you align with your authentic self, the more your energetic field reflects that truth outwardly. This internal alignment creates a new type of stability. It's not loud or dramatic, but it's incredibly potent. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself, because you understand that who you are speaks before you do. You no longer crave validation from others because your energy validates itself. And the moment you arrive at this inner peace, your aura begins magnetizing peace around you. Chaos begins to dissolve. Distractions fall away. What no longer matches your inner frequency cannot survive in your presence. This is why your transformation may confuse people. One day they were used to you engaging with the drama, answering every call, explaining yourself endlessly. And now, your silence becomes your message. Your distance becomes your boundary. Your non-response becomes your answer. They don't understand that you're not avoiding conflict. You're protecting your aura. You're choosing not to engage where your energy is not valued. That's not detachment. It's energetic clarity. You've realized that your time is precious, but your peace is priceless. NNTHE chosen ones always feel the urge to rescue, to fix, to pour into empty cups. But here's a sacred truth. Your aura is not meant to save everyone. It's meant to guide those who are ready. You've spent years leaking your energy into situations that were never meant to evolve. You've sacrificed your clarity for the comfort of others. And now, your soul is asking for something different. Your aura is demanding reciprocity, alignment, mutual elevation. That's not selfish. It's sacred discipline. When you learn to pull back from what drains you, you make room for what uplifts you. You're not closing your heart. You're closing the leaks. You're not shutting people out. You're honoring your soul's capacity. Your aura becomes like a well-tended fire, warm to those who respect it, but protected from those who seek to consume it. That's how you keep your light burning without burning out. That's how you remain soft without being drained, powerful without being hardened, open without being vulnerable to everything. Your aura is an ecosystem, and you are its guardian. You set the tone, the rhythm, the intention. And when your inner world is in harmony, your outer world will begin to mirror it. You'll find yourself surrounded by people who reflect your values, spaces that energize you, and situations that align with your purpose. Not because you chased them, but because your frequency called them in. That's the power of energetic integrity. That's the magic of the chosen. You'll begin to see how energy speaks before logic does. You'll walk into rooms and feel the truth of the space before anyone says a word. You'll meet people and instantly know if they resonate with your path. Your aura will do the scanning, the filtering, the interpreting. All you have to do is trust it. Stop doubting the discomfort. Stop second-guessing the intuitive pull. Stop rationalizing red flags. Your energy is a sacred compass. It's not here to be debated. It's here to be honored. And when you start honoring it, life becomes simpler, not easier, but clearer. You stop asking for signs and start becoming one. You stop searching for purpose and start embodying it. You stop seeking outside yourself and begin returning inward. That's where the true power is. That's where your aura charges itself, in solitude, in stillness, in sacred observation. That's where you recalibrate and remember that everything you need is already within your field. And you may feel the urge to isolate during this time, to retreat, to be quiet, to unplug. That's not regression, it's recalibration. Your aura is integrating new codes, releasing what no longer fits, and preparing to transmit on a higher frequency. Give yourself permission to be in that cocoon. You're not disappearing, you're ascending. You're shedding layers that were never yours to carry. And as you do, your aura becomes lighter, clearer, more reflective of your soul's truth. This is the season of refinement, of sacred detachment, of saying no without guilt, of walking away without drama, of protecting your energy with grace. You no longer have the bandwidth for the things you've outgrown, and that's a good thing. It means you're evolving. Your aura is teaching you what your soul already knows. Peace is the new power. Presence is the new currency. Alignment is the new success. And when you choose these things, your energy speaks for itself. And you'll begin to see how little effort is required when your aura is in alignment. Opportunities flow. Connections deepen. Guidance appears. You don't have to hustle for what's already aligned. You don't have to force what's already yours. The more you let go of control, the more your aura works on your behalf. It opens doors you never knocked on. It closes those that were draining your spirit. It becomes your spiritual assistant, organizing your life according to your vibration. You've always had this power, but now you're learning to use it consciously, to walk through life not as a reactor, but as a creator, not as a victim of energy, but as the architect of it. You begin understanding that everything is energy, and your field is the blueprint. If your aura is clear, strong, and intentional, the life around you reflects that. If your energy is scattered, confused, and reactive, your world will mirror that too. That's why tending to your aura is the deepest form of self-love. You don't need more strategy. You need more stillness. You don't need to push harder. You need to align deeper. Your aura will take care of the rest. It will draw in what's yours and repel what isn't. It will clear paths, build bridges, and create openings, not through force, but through frequency. And the more you trust it, the more miracles you begin to witness. Not because life suddenly got easier, but because you finally started listening to your energy over your fear. Chosen one, the reason your energy has always felt different is because it is. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to recalibrate the environments you enter. Your aura doesn't ask for permission. It naturally commands attention. And when you live in truth, that energy speaks louder than any performance ever could. It's not about perfection. It's not about always having the right words or making the right moves. It's about being energetically honest, authentic, present. Your energy tells the story long before your actions do. You are a walking vibration of everything you've healed, everything you've chosen, everything you've let go of. This is why people notice you, even when you're silent. Why strangers open up to you. Why others seem to orbit around you, unsure of what exactly draws them in. Your aura is a frequency they recognize. Something ancient, something luminous, something deeply aligned. You don't need to explain that. You don't need to prove that. Just continue being that. Because the most powerful thing you can do as a chosen one is simply show up in full energetic truth. Let the energy do the introduction. Let the frequency make the impact. NNTHE, more you trust this force field, the more you'll find yourself guided without effort. Things begin aligning without the old struggle. People begin appearing who match your peace. Not because you demanded it, but because you became it. That's how the law of energy works. It doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to embodiment. Your aura attracts what you are, not what you pretend to be. That's why healing is so important on this journey. Because you're not just healing your wounds, you're fine-tuning your signal. And as you fine-tune, you'll begin to notice how easy it is to discern the real from the false. People's words matter less than their energy. The performance fades, but the frequency remains. Your aura can't be fooled. You feel things deeply. You sense shifts before they become visible. That's part of your divine design. You're not overreacting. You're early. You're not too sensitive. You're highly attuned. You're not dramatic. You're energetically aware. You are a vessel of truth. And truth doesn't need external proof. It's self-evident in your vibration. This is also why you must be cautious of what you consume. Your aura is sensitive to the unseen influences embedded in the things around you. What you watch, listen to, talk about, and even think about, these all feed or drain your field. Choose wisely, not out of fear but out of self-respect. You are a steward of powerful energy. Protecting your frequency is not a chore. It's a sacred responsibility. You are responsible for the energy you bring and the energy you allow to remain around you. And sometimes that means making hard decisions, walking away from familiar patterns, releasing people you love but no longer align with, saying no to things that once felt like the dream but now feel like a trap. These aren't losses, they're clearings. Each boundary is a signal to the universe that says, I am serious about my energy. I am ready for alignment. And your aura will respond. It will clear the path. It will fortify the walls. It will elevate your experience to match your new level of awareness. And your presence will begin to carry more authority. Not from ego, but from alignment. You'll speak less, but say more. You'll show up in spaces and shift the tone simply by being there. You won't need to convince anyone of your value. Your energy will say it all, and those who are aligned will recognize it instantly. Those who aren't will be confused, intimidated, or dismissive. Let them. That is your aura doing the sacred work of filtering. What's meant to remain will. What's meant to go will fall away. And You are not responsible for making everyone comfortable. You are responsible for honoring your truth. When your aura is in full alignment, you become a living standard, a mirror, a threshold. Others will either rise to meet you or remove themselves from your field. That's not rejection, it's resonance. The more you choose authenticity, the less room there is for inauthenticity in your space. It's not about isolation, it's about preservation. You're not closing your heart, you're choosing who gets access to it. Your aura carries memory. Every time you've been hurt and chose to forgive. Every time you wanted to quit but chose to rise. Every tear you turned into wisdom. Every fear you turned into faith. It's all encoded in your energy. You don't need to wear your pain like a badge. It's already woven into your strength. People feel it. They don't know why they trust you, why they open up, why they feel safe. But you know. It's your aura, your force field, your divine frequency. And the more you recognize it, the more you'll begin to walk in a deeper knowing. A knowing that doesn't beg for approval. A knowing that doesn't rely on external signs. A knowing that simply is. That is the true power of the chosen. That deep inner resonance that says, I know who I am, and I no longer negotiate my energy. You become unshakable, not because nothing affects you, but because you no longer internalize what isn't yours. Your aura becomes a sanctuary. People may misunderstand this confidence. They may think you're distant, arrogant, too selective. Let them misunderstand. Your responsibility isn't to be accessible to everyone. Your responsibility is to stay true to your alignment, to protect the sacred temple of your energy, to walk in the rhythm of your own soul. And the more you do that, the more your aura will lead you exactly where you're meant to go. You'll start noticing how little effort is required to maintain peace when your aura is calibrated. You'll begin to experience more grace, more synchronicity, more clarity. That's not magic, it's mastery. You've done the inner work. You've cleared the noise. You've honored the pauses. You've held yourself in the dark and still chose the light. And now, your aura speaks of all those victories in silence. You are walking proof of transformation. Kalia, chosen one, the journey you've been walking hasn't been random. Every detour, every silence, every storm has refined your energy. Each moment of solitude has layered your aura with depth. Every heartbreak, every healing, every spiritual awakening has etched new strength into your field. And now, you're walking into a season where that aura becomes your greatest asset. It's no longer about what you say, it's about what you carry. It's about the way your energy speaks on your behalf. The way your presence does more than fill a room, it recalibrates it. NNTHE world is shifting. Energetic truths are rising to the surface. People are waking up to the language of frequency. And you, because of your journey, are already fluent in it. You don't just understand energy, you embody it. You've lived through the trials that purified your frequency. You've walked through emotional fires that clarified your purpose. And now your aura carries the codes of that transformation. It hums with the wisdom of everything you've endured. You've become someone who doesn't just talk about alignment, you radiate it. And in that radiance, you're becoming magnetic in ways you never expected. Not because you've changed yourself to be accepted, but because you've finally become fully yourself. That kind of frequency can't be faked. It can't be taught. It can only be earned through the inner work. And you've done it. You've sat with your pain. You've questioned your path. You've fallen and risen, over and over again. Each time, your aura expanded. It became more refined, more potent, more rooted in the truth of who you are. This is why you may feel unseen by many, yet deeply recognized by a few. Because your aura isn't for the masses, it's for the aligned. Not everyone will understand you, and that's by design. Your field is tuned to call in what's divinely meant. So don't water yourself down to be relatable. Don't dim your frequency just to feel included. Your light isn't supposed to be familiar to everyone. It's supposed to be sacred, reserved, honored, protected. You don't have to be everywhere to make an impact. Just be exactly where your energy is fully aligned. The path of the chosen one isn't about chasing. It's about attracting. And when your aura is clear, it does the work for you. It becomes your filter, your guide, your protector, your invitation. People who belong in your life will feel it. They'll be drawn not to your image, but to your essence. They'll feel safe, inspired, awakened. Not because of anything you force, but because of everything you are. That's the power of living in alignment. It magnetizes without manipulation. It manifests without exhaustion. NSO. What now? You continue. You refine. You become even more intentional about what you allow into your field. You honor the power of your own energy. You get quiet enough to hear what your aura is telling you, what it's calling in, what it's clearing out. You listen to the nudges, the chills, the energetic spikes. You stop explaining your frequency to people who aren't tuned to hear it. And you begin to trust that your aura will always lead you toward what's meant for your highest path. Sometimes that path will be lonely. Sometimes it will require you to walk away from comfort, from old identities, from places where your energy used to belong but no longer fits. That's okay. That's growth. That's the refining fire of the chosen. But you'll also discover that in letting go of what no longer resonates, you make space for everything that does. You begin attracting soul-aligned connections. Opportunities that don't drain but elevate. Moments that don't just impress but fulfill. Your aura becomes the bridge between your internal clarity and your external reality. Don't be surprised when people start seeking your insight, when your presence is requested not because of what you have, but because of who you are. Don't be surprised when your silence becomes more powerful than your words, when your peace becomes a sanctuary for others. You've earned that through your devotion to inner truth. Your aura is now a lighthouse, not for those who seek to drain, but for those who are ready to awaken. This is your sacred return to wholeness. The remembering of who you were before the world told you to be anything else. And now that you've remembered, your job is not to convince others. It's to remain in alignment. Your frequency will do the rest. You don't need to defend your energy. Your aura already does. You don't need to beg for understanding. Your energy draws in those who just know. There's no final destination here, just deeper embodiment. More refining, more trusting, more creating from that pure, unfiltered place within. That's what keeps your aura charged. That's what keeps your path lit. That's what allows your presence to speak long after you've left the room. You are a force field, a transmitter of truth, a protector of peace, a vessel of transformation. Walk in that. Breathe in that. Live in that. Let your aura lead, and the right people, the right places, the right purpose will meet you at your vibration. You are not here to explain your light. You are here to shine. And your aura, it's already doing the work. Stay aligned. Stay grounded. Stay luminous. NNTHE Universe already recognizes you. The energy you carry is not unnoticed. Keep going, chosen one. Your aura is your legacy, and the world is already feeling your presence.